Don't worry about Hasbro losing money, cause Wizards of the Coast is coming to save the day. It's pretty much anyone's dream to own their own printing press. Welcome back everyone, MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. Imagine how great Hasbro feels. Owning Wizards of the Coast, and basically that company is a license to print money. Wizards of the Coast brought in $1.33 billion last year in 2022. They made up roughly 22.7% of the entire revenue for Hasbro. And it's not over yet, because now with the bath that Hasbro is taking on many of their other IPs, they will be leaning more heavily on Wizards of the Coast to generate more revenue until these other IPs can kind of struggle back to a positive gains area. It won't happen overnight, but don't worry. Wizards of the Coast has a plan. Now, the name of the game for Wizards of the Coast is how to get into the consumer wallet. What can they do? What plan of action can they take? So more than likely, they're going to be coordinating several different plans at the same time. Wizards of the Coast has home court advantage at this point. They have a captive audience of players with a product that players want to play. They don't have to sell players on the idea of the game. The only thing they have to get past is the price point to get into your wallet. So like water, they're going to go the path of least resistance. With the 30th anniversary collector packs, they were trying to find and push the upper limits of what players would pay for a product, testing the limits of their consumers, and they realized that they went too far. They may not admit it to you or myself, but they do know, and they are studying the faults that lie in that product line. They're going to say, what did we do wrong? What could we have done better? How can we bring this back around as a future product? Remember that, guys, because it's not done yet. This is just one of their first attempts to push those upper limits. They didn't have this trouble with Double Trip Flip Masters 2022, did they? That's what most players thought was going to be the upper limit. And with those products, we saw shrinkflation. We saw that bringing down of the amount of cards inside. And those testing grounds are still being utilized to this day. They are bringing those types of products forward into new product lines to get closer to your wallet while giving you a little bit less, saving them printing and shipping costs, but still charging you the same fees. And this is what I mean. A product line extension is the use of an established product brand for a new item in the same product category. Wizards of the Coast is very well versed in adding to product line extension. They've done this over numerous years, and they are masters at adding these product lines in without any players having resistance to that fact. Remember, this happens all the time, and players never really seem to notice or make even any kind of argument against that product line coming in. When you think of a product like Time Spiral Remastered, it was a great product, well received. I still love that box cover. And then they gave us Dominaria Remastered. But what was the difference? The collector box was added for Dominaria Remastered at a premium price point. Even though it's a reprint set with cards that already exist, a little bit of new artwork, a little bit of slick marketing, and nobody minds the fact that this product now exists. But now with any new remastered product, you can expect that collector box to be there, because that is a product line extension that will now continue on in the product life cycle. Wizards of the Coast is also not against the idea of using past projects that have been successful. When you look at old sets like the Dark, Fallen Empires, or even Homelands, those packs are based on 8-card booster packs, but 60 packs to a box. The idea was you could open more booster packs, but that's a lot more packaging. Now imagine taking a twist on that idea. When Wizards gave us the new March of the Machines, they're doing epilogue booster packs. These packs will have less cards in them, which means less material to ship and create. It's an idea that is based on things like the Dark and Fallen Empires, but they're taking the idea but not giving you 60 packs in a booster box. They're cutting down the amount they give you to lighten the load on all the shipping and transition costs, but still coming out ahead by charging that premium price. So it's a unique twist on an old idea that they can carry forward for greater profit margins for the company. It takes less time to create the packs at the product line level. It takes less shipping cost to get that many more there because they're packing more of these boxes in. This kind of idea, if successful, will also propel Wizards forward with these types of ideas. The idea of bringing shrinkflation forward, where the original Dark, Fallen Empires, and Homelands had 60 packs inside those boxes. Then when they did Alliances, it was 45, where the standard draft box back then was 36. They can take that idea and give us 12 packs like a collector box, but with even less cards inside, like they did for Double Flip Trip Masters 2022. The idea of shrinkflation going forward, and the idea that they can keep the profit margins higher, but not as high as a premium product like a collector box. A little bit lower than that, but higher than a typical bundle pack. They are going to come out ahead, and that will make great profit margins for Hasbro, the company. With the printing press at Wizards of the Coast going 24/7, they will always look for ways to extend and expand a product line. And that, of course, is going to be secret layers this year. They kept adding new secret layers to the point where there was one almost each and every week. But this year, you'll probably see double that amount coming your way, because each and every new secret layer they add to the product lineup is a chance to attract a new consumer, a new customer to those products. This product line extension has seen tremendous growth, and they're not going to let it stop. They will continue to exploit it and move forward. But don't be surprised if you see more shrinkflation in those products and maybe a few cards less in upcoming secret layers, because then they can maximize more dollars going forward by adding high value cards into smaller secret layers. Now, money from Wizards of the Coast doesn't just come in from the physical card game of Magic the Gathering. It also comes in through MTG Arena and microtransactions. Most people don't really think about it, but by spending $5 here, $10 there, buying some online cards, that contributes millions of dollars directly into the pocketbook of Wizards of the Coast, and that means Hasbro. That will continue in a stronger format with new ways of trying to get into our wallets by doing smaller microtransactions as well as larger ones, where players will have the choice to get certain cards or maybe even complete sets. Now, here toward the end of the video, I want to touch back on the 30th anniversary collector packs. It failed because of the price point. It failed because some people felt it shouldn't have the reserve list cards there, and they were proxy. But what if Wizards of the Coast redid a master set with no reserve list cards in it, but combined sets together? Maybe they put Antiquities, The Dark, Legends, and Arabian Nights all together into one large remastered set with no reserve list cards, but a product that players could get behind at a different price point, different product sizes. Wizards of the Coast will learn from the 30th anniversary, and they will find ways of introducing old products to newer players while still trying to capitalize on the history of the game and the value contained within some of those cards. This first attempt they had, this shooting for the stars but landing on the moon, isn't over yet. You have to realize that a company like this is always analyzing their successes and failures and will try to find ways to move those ideas forward wherever they've failed. So it may have failed at that price point. It may have failed at the proxy, but they will learn from those things and try to find new ways of getting that idea forward to the consumer and trying to find success again. They are going to try to introduce new product line extensions. They did it with the Jumpstart booster packs. They've done it with the Commander Legends stuff. They will find ways, and some will meet with success, others with failures. Like the Jumpstart will probably be discontinued or remodeled again because it's basically just a theme booster pack, right? Now they're going to the Jumpstart, and they will bring that forward until it evolves into something else that hopefully players accept and will carry forward. It's going to be an interesting year to see how the company tries to save themselves. As Hasbro leans more on Wizards of the Coast, what will Wizards of the Coast do? What inventive ideas will they come forward with paths of least resistance to get into our wallets? Because let's face it, Wizards is here to save the day. They're going to save Hasbro single-handedly until basically I bet Wizards of the Coast just inhales what's left of Hasbro. It's really funny, guys, and I can't wait to see people's comments in the comment section on today's video, because these ideas, as far as I'm concerned, are coming down the pipe. The question is when and how quickly they can execute those ideas. Looking forward to seeing the comments. Thanks again for being here, everyone. And remember, guys, if you enjoyed today's content, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, join the channel, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for another video. Hey guys, thanks again for being here. A big shout out to each and every one of the fantastic patrons on my channel who support me each and every day in the content creation of this channel. Without their help, we wouldn't exist. Thanks again to my patrons. Money, 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 money. They want more money. They're going to find a way. They're going to find a way to get into our wallets, but that's okay. I don't mind. If it's a good product and I want to buy it, I'm fine with that. I will be picky and choosy, though, which products I go for, that's for sure. So thanks again, guys, for being here at the end of the video, at the after credits section to see what's going on. Really, it's just kind of a great idea. I was shopping this weekend. I was buying a couple of cards, and there were some cards I actually needed from the Brothers War. And it's like, why would you buy a box? When, again, I can just buy the singles and get play sets of cards I wanted. It was brutal. I'm like, I got all these mythic cards. I got some Urza, the Lord Protector. I got all these cards I wanted, and it was still like less than the price of a box. Scary stuff out there, guys. Gotta be picky, gotta be choosy. Shop smart, shop S-Mart.